Today is Thursday the 19th, tomorrow is Friday the 20th, and Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, is coming out. I'm John Barry, and before I see Charles tomorrow, I better give you some of my predictions. Now let's temper all my expectations and your expectations. Some of these are wild theories and you put a tin hat on, some of them are more solid, but regardless, these are predictions. These could be anything. If I did something, guess something correctly, great, but if I didn't, oh well, that's what happens. But I do want to address, I'm feeling pressure from the internet to dislike the movie before it even comes out, and I don't like that. Please, don't pressure people ahead of time to dislike something. If I seem pressure people to like something, but even then, talk about what you think, don't talk about what we should think, and that same pressure I'm getting from the internet in general. Probably should spend less time on it, in all honesty. But yeah, let's actually talk about what I think is going to happen in Charles. Number 1, Rey's parents. And not them clear appearing, but closure from Rey on it. She can accept the truth about her parents, whatever it may be. She doesn't have to be related to a Skywalker or Kenobi or some other main character. Though my wild series that she and Luke have like this, she and Ben, I should say, have the same, great grandfather or grandmother, like, so many greats away that don't practically not family anymore. And there's actually, believe it or not, math to prove that basically everyone is related to everyone else, that everyone is each other's cousin. But no, you'd be like, no, I could walk up to a random person on the street and we'll probably be like 1 million's cousins or something. Maybe not millions, but like 1,000's cousins. Like, yeah, we're related, but we're not family by any means. And that's just the nature of family lines and all that. Because think about this. Everyone has 64 grandparents. And you know how many grandchildren all those grandparents have? You can see how people end up being related. In the galaxy as big as Star Wars? It's possible. But that's a wild theory. But basically I want Rey to have closure and acceptance of who her parents was. And that maybe she doesn't need to know who they were. And that they're not coming back for her. Which I think she might have accepted that part. But basically I don't want her to be drunk pompous as Kylo Ren claimed. I'd rather them just spend poor scavengers who suffered a tragic accident and left their daughter orphaned. That, I think, is the best thing. Show them that, yeah, they were just a common folk of the galaxy, going about their day surviving. No, they're not scumbags or anything. Just, decent folk who just were doing what it takes to stay alive. So that's going to bring me up to the next point. No relations between any character. Seriously, no romantic relations, I should say. No Reylo, no Kylo, no Reylo, no Kylo and Rey, no Poe and Finn, no Poe and Rey, no Finn and Rey. I want none of our 4 main characters to pair off at all. I'm serious about this. The only characters I feel like there's even an inkling of romanticism between have been Kylo and Rey, like in the films, like more overtly, while people have interpreted romanticness between Finn and Poe and between Finn and Rey. But in all honesty, I don't want that between any of the main characters. Now forget some background characters, pairing off. Like, I'm fine with, but I don't really want the main characters pairing off, or at least definitively pairing off. And why? Well, let's just direct your attention to Attack of the Clones. Enough said of my opinion. But yeah, I just don't want that. I'm more interested in the other aspects of the story than the romance between characters. So I just don't want that at all in the film, in any form. It's just not what I'm really interested in, not what I'm hoping to get out of the film. If it happens, I probably won't object. Most likely not. Unless it's something crazy like Kylo and Poe. Yeah, I would totally object to that. Those characters hardly ever interacted. But yeah, it's just not something I would like out of the movie. I just don't want a large romance between any of the main characters. And that would be actually a pretty liberal statement when you think about it. That You don't need to have a romance to have a good story. You can help, but you don't need it, and I want The Rise of Skywalker to make that statement. There's a couple other things now I should be talking about besides, character relations. How about what's going to happen? How is Palpatine involved? Well, third prediction, Palpatine better not be a clone. If he is a clone, I don't want it to be a clone at all. I've never really read the Dark Empire comics, but the idea of Palpatine coming back as a clone never appealed to me. Now, there's other ways he could be involved. The idea that he's possessing something, now there's something. He can be a Force ghost. We know that's a light side only thing, but in Legends, we were often shown that Sith could haunt locations. He could be haunting the Death Star remains. He could be haunting Vader's helmet. He could be haunting his ship, even. A couple days ago, Star Wars Explained put out a video where him and an improv group he's getting lessons from, basically how to improve his improv skills, basically improvised on the spot a story for Tross, and they just made this crazy offhanded prediction that Palpatine is haunting, inhabiting, and controlling a Star Destroyer. And that may be crazy, but that's more along the lines of what I want in a clone or anything. I basically want Palpatine's threat to be entirely Force-related. No physical body. They have to defeat him spiritually, for lack of a better term. That's what I want. Now, maybe preventing him from assuming a physical body, but I don't want Palpatine to be back in a physical body, whether it be clone or whatnot. Maybe if he possesses some bodies, I can accept, but basically I don't want him to have a body of his own. We don't need a Lord Voldemort situation going on here. So I could see, Palpatine trying to do similar to Voldemort from Harry Potter, and the idea of, okay, his spirit is still alive, it's tied to the physical world by an object, he's haunting something, and he's attempting to resurrect himself. I'm fine with that, maybe, and I'm thinking that's actually what the story is going to be. Stopping Palpatine from whatever he's trying to do, which I think is resurrecting himself. I think it's going to fail, and I'm going to say Kylo and Rey are going to have to work together to stop Palpatine. And so we should talk about how they're going to do that. Well, Palpatine. Kylo is going to need a change of heart. And well, Rey's not going to do that. Leia says it's up to him. I'm going to say Anakin Skywalker is going to come. Yep, Force Ghosts. At least Anakin Skywalker as a Force Ghost. He's the main one I think we need. Having Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda would not be bad as well. The 3 Force Ghosts from the original trilogy. Nice tying things up. And I think Anakin would be the only one who could actually get through to Kylo. We've shown Kylo has had 2 options to turn away from the dark side. Right before he killed his father, and multiple times in The Last Jedi, in all frankness. But basically he's gotten 2 options. Tross is going to be his 3rd time. Ever heard the saying, 3rd time's a charm? He's going to be redeemed. I support Ben Demption. Don't support Reylo. I will only be happy with Reylo if Ben Demption occurs. But yes, I support the idea that Ben is going to be redeemed. I think it's the necessariness is him talking with his grandfather, actually. Not Vader, but Anakin Skywalker. He idolizes Vader, after all. And I think the only one to get through to him would be Anakin Skywalker through Vader redeemed, if you will. And I think Kylo will be redeemed after a conversation with the Force Ghost of Anakin Skywalker. And of course, gotta get Yoda and Obi-Wan in there, and also Luke as a Force Ghost as well. Luke being a Force Ghost is pretty much guaranteed. But those 4 characters are together as Force Ghosts. And hey, we can actually see Luke and Anakin interacting. Give Anakin a dad joke, too. I don't care. Just give him that. We've never seen them interact except for as enemies, except for at the very last moment of Anakin's life. I think they need some father-son time, even as Force Ghost. Okay, that might be a little too much, but yeah, I want those 4 characters as Force Ghosts. So in Qui-Gon as well, he was only in one film, but I think it would be important. You know, he can drop a line about how Force Ghosts work, because we haven't seen him as a Force Ghost before, and I think he'd be the one to do it. But those are the only characters I actually would want. We don't need Mace or any other characters appearing as a Force Ghost, but definitely Anakin and Luke, Obi-Wan and Yoda are in the next tier, and Qui-Gon's in the third tier. Of former Jedi, I would love to see as Force Ghosts. Will it happen? I don't know, but I really want that. Next up, what's going to happen to the galaxy? Well, I'm going to say, well, Palpatine's going to be defeated, as I alluded to earlier. It's going to happen. I think I'm pretty safe in that. But my guess is that the First Order is going to be severely crippled, but the Resistance won't be in a situation to restore the New Republic yet. I have a feeling we're going to see maybe a more splintered but healthier galaxy. So we're going to see most things like, you have Ryloth as independent, Mandalore will be independent. I also want to know what happens to Mandalore, but that won't happen here, I just guarantee you that. But yeah, we'll get other things too, just smaller regional-based governments, if you will. I feel like that's going to do better, and that's how I want the galaxy to end up. We don't even have to see things absurd, just alluded to, if you will. But, yeah, those are my predictions. I thought I was going to have, like 10 more minutes of them, but I guess I summarized them pretty concisely. But let's give one wild prediction. As Deus Ex Machina, 4 Imperial 1 Star Destroyers will come out of hyperspace with a bunch of space whales to win the battle for the Resistance. Star Wars Rebels reference for all of you who watched it. But yeah, that's my wild prediction. Thrawn and Ezra are going to show up last minute. Wild prediction. No, definitely going to happen. No, it won't happen. It seriously won't happen. But that's my wild prediction. Thrawn and Ezra showing up last minute. Okay, not going to happen. But I wouldn't mind seeing some chits around helping the Resistance. I would not object to that. So I'm going to say we're going to get at least one Chiss character that we just haven't seen yet. Doesn't have to be much. Background character. That's all we need. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. Links are in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and all that jazz. Thank you for watching. And as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. May the Force be with you, always.